All right, guys, so tomorrow when you get your test, I'm going to give you a periodic table that looks exactly like this. And everything, remember, I always have told you again and again that, like on the STAR test and every test, it has a periodic table. I want you to write certain things down that will help you. So, this video, I'm going to show you exactly everything that I want you to do, and it will count as a maximum of 5 bonus points on your test tomorrow. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is label your metals versus your non-metals. Okay, so metals, remember, they always go here on the left, non-metals are on the right, and everything on this zigzag line. If on the STAR you get a highlighter, so what I normally like to have y'all do is highlight all the metalloids. Remember, we skip aluminum because it is a metal, not a metalloid. It's the exception. Because when you take this STAR test, all you get is a highlighter and a pencil. So I like for you to highlight the metalloids and then with your pencil lightly shade all the non-metals. But make sure that you don't shade them so dark that you can't read all the information on there, because then you're just shooting yourself in the foot with that one. And then leave non-metals alone. So we can create a little code that says that this is metalloids and shading is non-metals and nothing is metals. Okay? Again, you definitely know that one thing I'm always going to expect to see is 8-man. It will probably answer, I'd say like 7 or 8 questions directly on the test. So you want to make sure that you know it. Remember, the atomic number equals the number of protons equals the number of electrons. Do not assume that's neutrons. Mass number subtracted from atomic number will equal neutrons. Do not forget to round the mass. So right here is, you could like draw a line arrow to that and know that these are always going to equal this number. Okay? Also, don't forget that hydrogen is a nonmetal. Okay? So also write ID or P, and remember that stands for that protons will always identify an element where valence electrons determine reactivity. So let's go into reactivity. There are 3 groups I need you to remember. Group 1, which is called the alkali metals. And just outline them somehow. And beside them, I just want you to write very reactive metals. Okay? And then do the exact same thing to group 17. Outline that. And then very reactive nonmetals. And then the last one that you need to know is group 18. And the special thing about group 18 is that they are completely unreactive because they have a full shell. Right? So group 1, most reactive metals. Group 17, most reactive nonmetals. Group 18, most completely unreactive. Remember that this number is always going to be equal to the number of valence electrons, and that this number over here, this number right here in the front will always tell us the number of valence electrons, and this number, which is the period number, is always going to equal to the energy levels. If you want to write anything else down, like that protons are positive, neutrons are neutral, electrons are negative, and where they're found and their mass, if you want to write like P and N both have 1 AMU and E has 0 AMU, that's fine. You don't have to write that stuff down, but if you want to, I might even give you more bonus points because this is something that is really important to me. I promise you that it will help you. I'll never do anything that's completely a waste of your time. Let's see what else. I think that's pretty much it. Just remember that if you are in the same group, they have the same reactivity. So valence electrons determine reactivity. So if they're in the same group, they will have the same reactivity, which means they will have the same properties. So that's it. Identify your metals, nonmetals, metalloids. Know your groups as group 1, very reactive, group 17, very reactive, group 18, unreactive. Valence electrons determine reactivity. Number of protons determines identity. 8-man and how to figure it out. And that group number tells you valence electrons and period number tells you energy levels. I think that's it. All right. So practice this, and when I give you your periodic table tomorrow on the test and I tell you to begin, this is the first thing I want you to do. I don't want you to start the test yet. I want you to write all this information down on your periodic table, and it will make the test so easy. All right? Good luck studying tonight, guys. Bye.